Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Shades and Trades here. Yes, that is right. I did take a look at the earnings here for Cybl. Nothing. I'm not concerned about the share price. Everything's going as predicted. I told you guys I don't expect the share price to move. It did move like at open. What, 20%? I'm looking for 40% minimum, 50%. So I didn't sell. I could have dumped it at open, but I was like, whatever. I'm not here for that 20%. I like 50%, 40%, around that area for this stock specifically. So it's coming on down, I believe, right? It's like at 008s. It should come down to low 008s, high 007s. I'm still anticipating that. That's where I will add my biggest position. So for the time being, everything's going exactly as I planned. I don't know why. There are people right now on Twitter who are like, I don't understand why it's coming down. I don't understand. Like, it's a penny stock in the OTC. I don't know why people thought it was going to move, like, have this big move on earnings. I didn't believe it, and it didn't happen. 20% is not a big move for OTC. It's a big move, sure, for Palantir. On earnings, sure. But this is OTC. On the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, if a company reports and they beat, yeah, they can move 20%, and that's awesome. For their share price being at like 100 or 60 or whatever the case may be, depending on the stock, or 300 for some stocks. Didn't Domino's move like 20%? No, it didn't move 20%, but you get what I'm saying. Like, this is the OTC. We would expect more than just a 20% move. That's nothing. So I'm just going to continue to wait for cheapies. Other than that, there's nothing to be concerned about. Let the people who are scared be scared. Let the people sell. I don't care. Everything's going according to plan here. If we look at let's switch over to the next. We're going to look at the most important part of the earnings, which is the issuer's business products and services. This is the most important part because it's going to tell us what's going on here with Cybl, what might happen in the future. See, this is what ILS doesn't do. They apparently have a lot of subsidiaries, but for some reason they never summarize any of them. Okay, summary. Okay, we already know that. That doesn't mean anything. We have recognized approximately 5 million and 63 million, so respectively across the company's operations. We already knew that. I'm predicting 100 million next year, I believe, and then 200 million, at least if they continue to grow at this pace, which, who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. The one thing that stood out to me is, where is it? I saw it down here. So this we already knew. The additional opportunities as part of the 61 billion Ukraine security assistance package announced April 26, 2024. We already knew that. What we're looking for is the UAS business unit has expanded the product line to include more models. So more product for them to put out there. More money in the bank. And with regards to the Cyberlux K8 tactical drone, the prime contractor supporting the Department of Defense. The Department of Defense was terminating for convenience their contract with HII for the K8 drone. Cyberlux is now able to provide more information on our contract in order to improve understanding. As background, we originally demonstrated the K8 to Ukraine. Cyberlux has superseded its old K8 drones, their Gen 1s, I assume, with newer aircraft configurations. That Ukraine conflict continues to drive the rapid evolution of the UAS industry. Here's the important part. Cyberlux are finalizing the closeout terms through the negotiation process, where a satisfactory closeout resolution is expected, likely before the end of this year. Now so the point I'm trying to make, let me just summarize this. A lot of money. That's what that means. That's literally like, that's just at its core, mucho dinero. I don't really care about Datron, It's not. We already know about their. We already know about their contracts. The DMC, the Datron Military Communications Team, has expanded the international sales team, led by sales directors for the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, and Latin America regions. Look at that, expansions. I think that's it. Datron's bookings are continuing to rise globally with over 27 million in order pipeline, of which 8.4 million is anticipated by year end. In addition to that, in response to international customer requests, Datron is now negotiating four multi-year proposals to manufacture radios locally in the customers' respective countries across the Middle East and Africa. See, this is the stuff you would think you would see in ILIS. Like, you would see them list out their subsidiaries and go one by one. Hey, this is what's happening. But actually, they're just a scam. If you guys didn't know, today it was revealed that they are indeed a scam. So, rest in peace to those people holding that big bag. As for Cybl, no CE needed, clearly, because they got out of it, and we are seeing a lot happening now and everything that's going on with them. I mean, they're communicating. Look at this. Incredible communication. Starting with a 22.7 million contract through our Canadian partners. In the broader context, GIS is engaging with our foreign allies and U.S. domestic customers at the tactical unit level. Okay, I don't really care about any of this. This is all nonsense. I need to know how much money, what's going on, what's happening next week, next month. I want to know next year. What's the game plan here? 20 contracts. I don't care about any of this right here. Additionally, the GIS business unit is duly licensed to operate as a broker. Okay, so this doesn't mean anything to me. Yep. Okay, that's it. So it's just we got some big contracts underway and a lot of money for next year. So even if the Ukraine war comes to an end, it just doesn't matter. They're still going to make money off of all the other companies they're going to provide their services for. Yeah, but 4 contracts? Did I read that correctly? I'm still kind of in shock. Like, wait, 4? 4 contracts. That's insane. 4 contracts? Yeah, we're not going to go over the revenues because we kind of already knew. The numbers weren't anything like, oh my god, the numbers are huge. Like, we kind of already knew like 50 to 70 million. We knew already that was going to be the number. Yeah, 4 multi-year proposals. Okay, so if those work out, we could see over 100 million in my opinion next year. If not this year, but I kind of doubt that. I think it's going to be next year. I can't find the financials. Okay, there we go. We'll look at the financials real quick. Don't care about any of that. Where's the revenues? Where are the revenues? Okay, there's the revenues. Yeah. It's whatever. It's whatever. Like I said, we already kind of knew. Like, yeah, look at that, 63 million. So we already knew. We already knew. So no one should be surprised by the price action. 63 million. We already knew this. We did the math. We already knew. So no one should be surprised at the share price. I'm going to look at it right now. I'm going to look at the share price. I'm pretty sure it's tanking. It should be. That's what I predicted. Predicted we would go down to 008s. Hey, well, we're on our way there. So there you go. I'm still sitting back pretty with my shares waiting for 008s or maybe even lower. We'll see. Again, I have not added my biggest position. So I'm not concerned. The only people who should be concerned are... That's why I think this is funny. The only people who should be concerned right now, after seeing that queue, are the big bag holders up here above 1.5 because it never came back above 1.5. It hit 1.489 at best on the ask. Never went to 1.5 and above. So all the people holding big bags up here, those are the only ones who should be concerned. Because I'm holding at 1.2 at my highest. with you guys remember I added up 3 grand down here at 109. I slapped the ask. So I'm sitting pretty.